The following is for entertainment purposes only. We are not financial advisors. We are not responsible for any losses, only the profits.
Nation, it's Charlie. I'm going to be your host for today. We have a lot of information in the EV world that has just been popping up like crazy and going nuts. I actually did a separate video this morning and then two yesterday, I think, on WorkHorse. Stuff is just flying in. It's almost impossible to absolutely keep up on all that is going on right now. And I think it's a really cool time. Competition not only proves the market, but it also improves it. So we're going to jump into a couple things here and a couple points that I think a lot of people are also missing on some current stuff y'all might already know about. But let's go ahead and dive on in. So first of all, let's get into what I think could possibly be the best place to park your cash right now. Possibly one of the safest bets out there. We're talking about HCAC and Canoo and their Hyundai and Kia relationship. Let's get into it, and I'm going to show you some stuff that's really cool. Future electric cars from Hyundai and Kia will use a platform related to one developed by American EV startup Canoo. The three companies announced today. Canoo's platform, which was revealed last September, is a minivan also called the Canoo. Is a skateboard-style dedicated EV platform where the battery sits flat in the center of electric motor, is situated at one of both axles. Hyundai and Kia's vehicles Canoo will help develop a new platform to meet the required specifications of the Korean automakers. For example, it needs to fit a variety of vehicles ranging from small hatches to large vans. The platform will also need to integrate systems required for self-driving cars, which Hyundai and Kia are developing with Aptiv. So we already know some of that, but there's more specifics in this. We were highly impressed by the speed and efficiency in which Canoo developed their innovative EV architecture, making them the perfect engineering partner for us as we transition to become a frontrunner in the future mobility sector, said Albert Brimmerin, head of R&D at Hyundai and Kia. We will collaborate with Canoo and engineers to develop a cost-effective Hyundai platform concept that is autonomous, ready, and suitable for mass adoption. Canoo isn't the only company helping the Korean automakers in developing electronic vehicles. As for Canoo, it's currently testing its Canoo minivan and plans to start production 2021. The company is looking to offer its cars via subscription only, where customers will have a monthly fee that covers all vehicle costs, including registration, maintenance, insurance, charging. Continue. Hyundai will launch 3 new electric cars starting 2021. Right off the bat, I was like, these actually look pretty sweet. They look pretty sweet, all right? We're going to keep going. Hyundai is going to market a range of new battery electric cars under the Ioniq branding. So it's going to be called the Ioniq. The Korean automaker first introduced Ioniq name in 2016 with a subcompact that comes in a hybrid, plug-in hybrid and BEV flavors. But early in 2021, those cars will be joined by the Ioniq 5, a midsize BEV crossover based on the 2019 concept called the 45. In 2022, Ioniq will launch the Ioniq 6, an electric sedan based on the stunning Prophecy concept car. What is that? We'll find out. From earlier this year. Finally, in early 2024, there will be a larger SUV, Ioniq 7. It's not the first time we've seen this strategy from the automaker, which did the same thing with the creation of the Genesis as a standalone luxury brand, kind of like Toyota did with Lexus. Okay. The Ioniq brand will change the paradigm of EV customer experience with a new emphasis on connecting living. We will offer electrified experiences integral to an eco-friendly lifestyle, said Won-Hong Cho, Executive Vice President and Global Chief Marketing Officer at Hyundai Motor Corporation. Here's that SUV. I really like this. I really like the lines. I love the hard lines. I love it. This actually reminds me of GT bicycles. So do you want to know how they have the K in the back? That's what that looks like right back there. It looks dope, that wedge. I'm not like a small SUV guy, but I think it's pretty cool. And that's the Ioniq 5. That's the first one coming out. Ioniq's first 3 BEVs will be built on the new platform that Hyundai is developing called the Electric Global Modular Platform, or EGIMP, which it says is highly flexible with regard to body style and interior design. We can probably expect these cars to be built in serious volume. Hyundai Motor Group, which also includes Kia and Genesis, is aiming to sell 1 million BEVs a year by 2025. So that's huge. Why? Because Canoo is the one helping them develop the whole platform and the whole skateboard architecture. Because remember, in like the last video we did for Canoo, they gave them what I think like 68 billion so far just to help them get going and all that. So they've still got their hand in this. But watch what happens here. Look at this car. Prophecy of a Hyundai major win. Here's that car they're talking about coming out with. This is actually a sedan. I think this thing is sweet looking. Okay. It kind of reminds me of a mixture of, like a Porsche GT3, and I'm going to say a Mercedes, something like a Mercedes AMG and a Porsche GT3. That's what it looks like to me. But I think it's actually kind of cooler. I think the back end, this thing here is crazy, and it looks cool. Keep looking at it. Look at these taillights. They're like, man, what is that called? It's not called infrared, or maybe it is infrared, where they come out of, they beam it out, but see these all white lights back here? Look at this. I think that's so sweet for the tail lights. So it's like this clear glass, looks like kryptonite sticking out, I want to see what the blinkers do. I want to see if they like fully go across, But this is the thing that absolutely tripped me out. So this is the interior. Right away I was like, where's the steering wheel? But look right over here. Dude, it's got these joysticks that looks like they pivot in and out like this too, and then it's got thumb things, so there's no steering wheel, and there's still foot pedals. It looks like there's only 3, I'm sorry, 2. It looks like a footrest and then 2, possibly a third one for something, but can you imagine if one was like a turbo or something? But to me, I was like, dude, if this thing actually launches without a steering wheel, I don't know if they'll be able to get it approved, but man, if they do, what a trip that would be. Has anyone ever used like a skidster or any sort of big tractor where you got the joysticks and stuff? Dude, you can be super precise and it's super fun. You can just throw them around. Can you imagine with the car? I just think it'd be so awesome. Here's this Gucci back interior with the plaid seat coverings. I think this actually looks so cool. I wonder if this turquoise here lights up. On the side, have a full-on disco. Okay, the front, it looks good, but I'm not loving it. It needs, to me, it needs something more aggressive here. To me, it kind of looks like a Miata in the front, which I'm not a fan of the front of those. It's still way cooler, but I don't know. I'll have to see a different color and see what this looks like, not completely blacked out. So here's the 2022 Hyundai Ioniq 5. It's that SUV. Again, I think it's sweet. Unfortunately, there isn't any info out there on Ioniq 5 that we can confirm. We'll see it in the United States. That we can expect is the option of an electric motor at each axle and most likely a range exceeding 258 miles in the similar sized Kona electric. The sighting of the Ioniq 5 comes just months after Hyundai and US-based EV startup Canoo announced plans to co-develop a separate modular platform. That's that skateboard we keep talking about for electric cars. The Canoo platform will be flexible enough to spawn everything from small hatchbacks to large vans, and will also incorporate self-driving technology. It isn't clear when the first Hyundai based on the Canoo platform will be launched, but and here's the thing: they haven't they didn't specifically come out and say that this platform here, this one they're branding as the Electric Global Modular Platform, or eGIMP, is straight from Canoo. But if you add it all up, it's the only thing that makes sense, because they're co-developing a platform with Canoo, and then now they're going to use their platform that they're calling it, developing the one they're developing, calling it this. So to me, that's just their branded play. Duh. Why else would they give them 68 billion so far, Canoo, right? So let's keep going. So why do we care about Hyundai? Because HCAC, the ticker HCAC, which is Hennessy Acquisition Corp, there's their fourth SPAC, is in advanced talks to merge with Canoo. So I don't think this has become mainstream enough, and I don't think people realize the full macro picture of what this actually means. Because when I first looked up Canoo, before this was even announced, I was like, that bus thing is cool, but I I mean, that's not something I want to own someday at all. It's cool, but I might go camping, but that's about it. Maybe get chauffeured around. But if you don't know anything, about, you want to know more about Canoo, just take a look at this video here I've already done. And this was, I don't know, late last week or something. The Canoo merges with HCAC electric vehicle. Watch that if you haven't. So right now, the HCAC common stocks went down to like $10.79 today, which is crazy low. Okay, because remember, if you guys don't know, this is a SPAC and this has got a floor. So basically, this thing can only go down to a minimum of like $10.25. Let's just call it of what it's kind of going to be worth. It fluctuates, but it's somewhere around there. And right now, it's only going for like $10.79. So the risk to reward here is absolutely astronomical. I think once people finally realize the big picture of all these other avenues, even that are in that other video that I talk about, and all the other brands that are associated with them, like Nvidia and BlackBerry and all the other ones, I think it's going to go parabolic. I mean, of course, we got to wait until Hyundai finally officially comes out and announces the target, because right now it is a said to be in talks with thing, a third party story. But I think once that hits, it's going to be pretty massive, right? And I think the big picture with Canoo is big. So I don't see a safer or better play, I think, to get in right now as far as like protecting your wealth and possibly getting gains, if not almost guaranteeing it. And HCAC, like I said, this is their fourth SPAC they've done. Their first three were highly successful. These guys are super pros. So look into it and decide, what do you guys think about HCAC and Canoo? Did you know about those other cars? Let me know it in the comments. So we've also got some more news for today, which is the 10th of August. So here we go. Chinese Tesla, another Tesla, NIO rival, XPeng, am I saying that wrong? XPeng, Zing, how do you say that? Files to go public on the New York Stock Exchange. Who are these guys, right? XPeng, this is their cars. It's trying to compete with one of the smaller Tesla, I think, but it's an electric vehicle. Chinese electric vehicle maker XPeng filed for an initial public offering with the United States Securities and Exchange Commissions on Friday. So we got another person in the entry here, okay? And this thing here, this SUV they have, that looks almost just like the Fiskars, but it's already, I don't know, I'm not going to act like I know a bunch about this company because I don't. But, I'm guessing they're further along than SPAC. SPAQ, man. Oh, Fisker, man. What are we going to do with you? To me, these are going to be pretty basic. I mean, well, basic means nowadays you still get a full-on touchscreen, which is cool. But, I mean, the interior is nothing futuristic at all other than that. It just looks like a basic car or whatever. But, I'm guessing this is going to go as, like, the cheaper version of the Tesla. So I'm sure it's going to do fine. Now, the thing that got my heart bumping is Alibaba. Y'all heard of them? Alibaba Group Holdings Limited, BABA, B-A-B-A, ticker y'all in them. They are backing this company, said it would list its shares on the New York Stock Exchange under the ticker XPeng EV. So Alibaba is heavily invested in these guys. That alone, to me, is massive, because Alibaba is massive, and they have a massive following, massive stock following. So I think just because that name is involved and people see that they're heavily invested in it, alone people are going to be on it. So this is one of those ones where the day it's released, I'm going to try to get in EXT, extended hours, and get in before everyone else, and at least ride some pop with it, because I don't know, obviously I have to do a ton of research and I haven't had time to, but I had to get this out and let you guys know. So in the current SEC filing, I have it linked at the top of that header there. You want to check it out. But in there, like, it shows like date. It'll be like at the date of, but the date is blank. So there's no exact date we have yet. Usually it's within like 30 days or 60 days or something like that. But we'll try to keep you updated once we get more information of when XPeng EV is going to be announced on the market. But I can assure you, once that pops and I know about it, I will let you know. And if it does, in a week from now, write me a comment or find me on Twitter or whatever and let me know so we can tell everybody else, okay? Because it's gonna be big news. So NIO Inc. They have got probably the coolest looking car I've ever seen, I think. Have you seen that in NIO sports cars coming out? They're to report their second quarter 2020 financial results on Tuesday, August 11th, which is tomorrow. So if you guys are in there or you're not, pay attention to this. What's going to happen? I think it's going to be pretty good. Why? Because they have already released and announced their delivery update. I don't know, what was it, like late last week? And in that, they stated they delivered 3,533 vehicles in July 2020, increasing 322.1% year over year. That's awesome. NIO delivered 17,702 vehicles in 2020 in total, increasing by 111.3% year over year. Cumulative deliveries of ES8 and ES6, which are the models, reached 49,615, which is awesome. All right. You know, there is some talk that they might not have much profit because again, even though they've sold quite a few vehicles and that looks great, these guys are heavily invested in branding and expanding way fast. Like they're trying to create like these like NIO hangout home hub things. People can go and hang out and it's all NIO involved and all that. You know, NIO absolutely rips. It's a company I see a long future with. Do be careful because if you look at the amount of shares out there, it's massive. Like there's like 1.2 billion shares out there. I know I put out a tweet the other day where comparing it to, who was I comparing it to? Oh, probably like WorkHorse something, where WorkHorse only got like 92 million shares, but NIO's got 1.2 billion. So to get NIO to go parabolic is going to take a lot more weight and push to get that thing to go up. But pay attention to that. You know, if the numbers are good tomorrow, then it might go up, might go down in this market, who knows. But pay attention, hold on to your shares, you know, protect yourself if you can. So here's another one. This is an article by, you remember the guy I talked about before named 247 Buck Huevos? Okay. He let me know about this, and this just dropped. So RONN Motor Group Inc. announced today its first hydrogen fuel cell SUV, named the Mist, which is kind of a cool name, Mist. Anticipated for limited release in California and China markets in 2022. Again, branding, smart, make people want it. But look at this. These guys looks like they got a big old semi truck, an awesome sports car. This is the video I was playing, by the way, at the beginning of the video. And then they've got an electric hydrogen fuel cell, you know, city bus, accelerate the future. So, you know, again, this is one of those ones I'm not going to act like I know anything about it because I definitely don't. Other than the fact that it looks sweet. And that chick has some definitely Tina Turner hair there. But, you know, they got these, look at that thing. I think it's bad. So I got this site up there if you want to check them out. But, you know, hydrogen fuel cell, that's coming next. Ron Ford, this guy looks familiar. I'm sure he's been involved with some cool stuff. That almost looks like the newer Chevy Corvette, if you ask me, which is sweet. So the deal with this is in this Newswire article, Global Newswire article, they mentioned that they're basically in talk with there we go. As our company growth, engineering, and manufacturing development have come to an alignment, both in the US and China, we have been approached by several public SPACs in the last several weeks and are currently in discussions. Jerry Levine, our new executive in charge of product development and former Ford executive, added the Mist SUV will define the global benchmark for product features and performance that are only achievable with the RONN Motor Group's all-new dedicated hydrogen fuel cell platform. So let's just go over these bullet points here. They're engineered in the United States, wow, by a team of automotive industry experts to exceed all global safety requirements, represents the first modular BEV and hydrogen fuel cell flexible platform that maximizes the wheelbase for best-in-class interior space and distinct modern appearance. Unique designs from the SUV, CUV, and MPV and delivery vehicles that have a common bill of purpose with high levels of commonality and engineering and operations efficiencies. Excessive use of the latest engineering, modeling, and simulation tools to deliver multi-material designs and manufacturing optimizations for weight and performance that deliver the best-in-class driving experience. They have proprietary fuel cell technologies, including graphene plates, those are the new hype ones, co-packaging and OE Tier 1 fuel cell provider. We are a company extremely excited to announce our new full engineered all-electric fuel cell multi-vehicle platform. As hydrogen electric vehicle market is having many breakout moments in the capital markets, our vehicle is fully engineered, computer tested for certifications in both China and the US. US and supply chains have been developed, and our body design teams are artistly working on the final design for release to public. Wow, that's really cool. So, you know, they haven't released a bunch of models yet. You know, they're pretty early stage, but they're ready to get the, you know, the testing done and the safety stuff. But as we talked about before, that could take, you know, with WorkHorse, I think it's they said about 2 years or something, you know, to get all that done. So it's gonna be definitely early stage, but it's another one that's gonna be pretty cool. So watch this. What specs do you think that this could merge with? Right off the top of my head, I'm gonna say JIH. I did a video on them. That is Juniper. There's also SBE. I did a video on them. That's Switchback Holdings. They're the ones who switched their background after I emailed them because they had the gasoline background and they switched it to Northeast Phoenix. All right. And then they brought on a big battery guy that's involved with the car industry and all that. Could be them. Man, who else? I don't know. I'll end it there. So let's keep going. So Hycroft Mining. Y'all get into that one with me. I mean, I think we were up, what, like almost 90% on our money, okay? If you jumped in with us when we first talked about it. Their Q2 came out, earnings came out, and it was bad, and stocks dumped, okay? So I actually haven't even read it, okay? So I put out a video yesterday that, yeah, it's Friday or yesterday or something, that I was dumping them, and I did, because I knew that their Q2 was going to be bad, because after talking with them at the interview that I did, I knew that they were going to have to wait till the like mid Q3, so into September, to finish their extra leach pads so they can mine more and saturate, you know, get more silver and gold ready at a time. Because right now they only have a small place to get their gold and silver ready. Now they have over 3.5 times that ready at the end of September, but again, that's not till then. So until then, I knew that they'd be bleeding a little bit. Let's see what it says. Increased workforce 35% year to date. So they increased 35%. They got 216 employees now. So that's going to cost them money, including 6 key managers. Wow, 6 new managers with extensive experience with their disciplines, with a goal of reaching 275 employees by the end of 2020. So these guys, if you don't know, this is a mining company that combined with a SPAC, okay, a SPAC, a special purpose acquisition company, got with them and said, hey, want to go public and get on the market? And they're like, yeah. And so they exchanged some money and some shares and this whole deal. They brought them to market. They're going to help them restructure and get going. They gave them money they needed to get these leach pads and get bigger. And so what do they do with that money? They're going to spend it like they should be. That's just fantastic. Hire over 35% more people, more managers. Great. So they're getting ready for that blow up stage. This thing is going to be absolutely massive. And if you want to talk about low float, I don't remember the exact number, but I think that these guys only have like 87 million shares also. So for a mining company, that's super low. Most mining companies have so many shares, like 300 million to billion shares. I mean, it's not uncommon to see something massive with miners, all right? So what am I getting with that is that their stocks can go absolutely parabolic. Okay. So anyways, they got hit massively today. They got hit bad. Where are we at? Here. Okay. HYMC, these are the warrants. So they were actually up Friday and Thursday around $4. Today they tanked all the way down to $1.94. So that's down, they're saying 45%, you know, that's bad. Okay. Now the commons went down from like 16 down to 12.50. And so I'm gonna finish reading about what happened today, you know, what they released, but chances are I am buying in probably tomorrow again. So because look, I sold up, I bought here, I sold up here because I knew they were gonna be bad, and now it dumped over half. So getting it about $2 for the warrants is crazy. So this is one of the biggest mines in the world as far as gold and silver and what they actually have. So something to look for. If you haven't seen that video, I did a whole video on them. Go watch it. But They recapitalized the company, providing a portion of the capital to construct a new leach pad, like we talked about. Become publicly traded, we got that. Entered into long-term agreements with reagent suppliers for key reagents such as soda ash, cyanide, lime, so they had to buy a bunch of materials. Secured all major permits necessary for near-term growth. It's fantastic. Expanded the mining fleet, so they had to buy 7 240-ton trucks and 1 loader to increase mining capabilities. Wow. I want to drive one of those around. Sounds pretty fun. Improve mobile equipment maintenance team to transition to self-perform maintenance and discontinue the contractor-led maintenance applied since startup. Began active in-pit drilling and blasting of fresh ore and reducing mine of stockpiles. So, overall what I'm getting is they blew a bunch of money, which is fantastic because they're blowing it on the right stuff. They're buying all the stuff they need so they can just scale this baby and get that gold and silver ripped out of the ground at the all-time highest gold price ever, like they should be. So I'll leave this up here. If you want to read more, you can. Some penny stocks to day trade that I've been following and talking about for weeks now is NPAA. This is going to be, this is a SPAC again. This is going to be probably another food play. These guys have experience in the food market, grocery store food, one of my favorite sectors to be in. Today, for instance, they spiked over 25%, and they've been doing that off and on every couple of days. They will go up 25%. The next couple of days, they're down 25%. So if you're looking for some day trade, the next thing this baby gets red, it's a fantastic opportunity. And next one is SOAC, SOACW, and these are warrants, by the way, on both. These guys are trying to brand themselves as the green SPAC, okay? So they're like trying to ride that hype train, going with the river, which is fantastic. And their warrants, I think I told you on Thursday, were down, and it was time to buy. And sure enough, today they were up over 25% also. It's just crazy, these massive spikes they're having, because I think they're down like 87 cents, and today they're up to like, I don't even know, $1.25 or something like that. But did anyone buy when we did the last video? You could have multiplied your money today. Actually, okay, it was more than that. So we hit 2x, I think, from when we did the video, like, I don't know, maybe the last time I talked to them last week or something. So anyways, any other plays that I totally missed or any big news I totally missed while I was busy doing all these other videos, let me know. Did I make any mistakes? Let me know about that too, because I want to know. I want to deliver you guys the right information. And I think we're about ready to hit 1,000 subscribers today, maybe. Are we going to do it? If so, guess what? Someone's going to win some silver. So you have to be in the United States, not on a military base, because I can't send it to those. But other than that, just leave a comment. That's how you enter, and subscribe. And then after that, I'll be announcing the next giveaway, which is going to be massive, and y'all are going to love it. So thanks again for all the support. I'm just really thankful for you guys. I still had no idea that this channel is going to blow up so fast, and I appreciate everything y'all do. And please, if you want to help out, the best thing we can do right now is just spread these videos out. Put them wherever, on your Twitter or your Facebook or wherever, because that's what we need. We need more exposure. We need more tentacles out there grabbing up that money so we can all multiply. Have a great night, everybody.